All right, give me my 2 airplanes.
Like I even had to ask.
You didn't.
Okay. What are you going to do?
All right, how
I
many
mean,
aircraft are in Pyongyang?
hold on. Let's see, 6 fighters, 5 jets, a Strat, and 2 air transports.
So I don't even have enough. Even now, I don't have enough UN bombers to counter that yet.
No, well, I mean,
UN aircraft, sorry, UN fighter escorts.
yeah.
I have what? How
You
many?
have 1 second. You have 4. So whoops. So 4, 6. No, not the bomber. You have 8. You have 8. You have 8 ally. You have 8 UN fighters right now.
Okay, and then obviously that group. All right, so hang on a second here. If I have 8, how many units are in here? Is it just what I see here?
It's 3 infantry, a light tank, and a medium armor, and a medium tank.
Okay, can the fighters and the bomber make it there?
Let's see here. So again, the fighters can go. Fighters can go 6. So they're coming from Osan. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4. No, the fighters won't make it. It's out of. They're out of range.
Okay,
Even if you went by sea, I don't think you. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, no, fighters won't make it. It's still too far inland or too
yep,
far
going
north.
that way. You're right. Well, okay, what is in Kusan?
Kusong, that is
Yeah.
an infantry. Okay, well, so for North Korea, it's 1 infantry, a supply truck, and a AAA. China has 10 infantry, 4 mech, 3 medium tanks, 2 light tanks, and 8 supply trucks.
Okay, too big for an air raid. All right, well, I think what we are going to do is just kind of collect everything. I am going to end up moving the air group up 1 to Incheon, and that way they are way closer to the water.
Oh, okay. You just want to leave it under the Fifth Air Force. Like, are you going to move the
Yep,
Americans with
I'm
them?
gonna move the Americans there as
Okay.
well.
So the Fifth Air Force is moving to Incheon. That's where they're
Yep,
going to
the
base
fighters
the U.S.
last turn can go there
Um,
too.
the U.S. will still be based in. Let's put the U.S. planes here in Osan, just so that way that part is represented. Okay. So then, yeah, your guys are there, and then any other non-combats?
Yeah, the fighter that just came in last turn. Those two fighters can move up into the air group.
Okay. I'll consolidate all your fighters into one stack.
That would
Any
be appreciated.
Yeah. Anything else?
Nope, that'll be past turn.
Okay, we'll deploy your 2 fighters quick. All right, over to the U.S. at 50.
Okay, what was my last purchases here? Are those transports?
Two transports, 5 light tanks, and 6 supplies.
Okay. Medium tanks are 8.
Medium tanks are 7.
I'm at 50, so I can go all the way up to 49 if I wanted to. Let's do that. 49, so
That's
49, which is going to be 7?
no. Wait,
8. It's
no,
8. No,
no.
it's
It's
not.
7. 7 times 7
7.
is 49.
Yeah, 7. So 7 medium tanks and a supply.
Okay, Any combat for the U.S.?
Oh, you betcha.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. All right. So what I want to do, I had a great idea, and now I can't think of it. Okay. I want to take one infantry.
Okay.
So let me move over to the actual board. I want this infantry guy here because he's along the coast, if I recall.
You have 2 infantry on the coast right here.
Oh, but if I do that, the U.S. fleet's gonna be left alone. Never mind. I don't think I am gonna do anything there. I thought about it. The only combat I'm gonna do is one infantry as part of 8th Army Group is gonna take this territory here
Okay, 5th RCT of the 24th Division will liberate Kanang. So going over
without a
the,
fight.
yep, -2 to the north, +2 to the south. We are now back to the original. We're back to the original IPC counts for both sides.
And that's going to change quickly.
Yes.
Okay, this tank here is going to join. Oh, he can't join the army group, but it's going to get to Chan Chan,
Yeah.
and so will the eighth. The rest of the eighth army is also going to go to Chachan, so I guess it equals out.
So you're consolidating 8th
No,
Army
because this
and
unit, the
oh
unit that's there is moving up to 38th
oh all
East.
right. So First Corps is going up to 38
Yep.
East in a combat.
Yep. Yeah, sorry, I forgot that's a combat.
That's okay.
There we
Are
go.
your supply trucks with First Corps? Are they going to bring up supply? Are they going to go with, or what do you want to do with your supply
Uh,
trucks?
okay. We're gonna keep 2 with First Corps so that they have
And
6
then
supply.
yeah, that'd be
The rest will be
six.
in Eighth Army.
Okay, so you'll have 6 supply at 38. You'll have 10 supply in Chunchan. You moved these guys. You left these 4 here. And yeah, First Corps is in 38 West. Or no, 38 East. Well, technically you do have First Corps in 38 West. It's just the ROK First Corps.
Yes, and then these guys further south, these guys here,
Okay.
are going to load up on the transports of the U.S. Navy, and the Navy's going to bring them up to First Corps.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, it'll take all of them.
Yes, I have more than enough.
Yeah. All right, so First Corps now has some infantry support. Very little, but I mean,
It's enough.
there's some.
I think
And
that's
then,
all I can do.
well, you wanted to move your aircraft back with the
Sorry,
5th Air
yeah,
Force
yep,
group.
that was stated. Yep.
Okay. And then you do have your forces here in Pusan. You have 2 infantry, 4 artillery,
Oh, I
3
didn't know about
mediums,
that.
and a supply truck.
All right, so the truck, the artillery. So how many transports did I use? I used 3 out of the
Well,
5.
hold on 1 second. So you used 3 out of the you got 4 there. So 3 out of the
Okay.
4. So you have 1 transport left.
Well, one of the infantry can also go on one of those transports, can't it? No, it can't load up from 2 different places. Never
Yeah,
mind.
you can't load from 2 different places. You can only load
All
from
right,
one.
so one of the artillery and one infantry from Pusan will go over,
Okay.
and more will be picked up later. The tanks from Pusan will move up. Actually, everything will just move. No, just the tanks. Everything else will stay. The
Okay.
tanks will move up towards the 38th parallel east along the coast.
Okay, so 1 second. All right, so then the tanks go 1, 2 to Andong, and then you said everything
And
else was gonna
we'll
stay.
stay put. Yep, we'll probably do a loading of them
Okay.
just to be prepped for next turn because I'll have 2 more coming. So that's 6 transports I'll have next turn.
Yep. Let's see here. Yeah. Anything else for you?
I do believe that is past turn.
All right. Well, first So that's 2 more transports. Sea Zone 5. Then you got the 5 light tanks coming in as well into the Pusan perimeter, or the Pusan staging, with 6 more supplies. You got a nice supply base going here in Pusan again.
I do, but I
Um,
captured a lot of yours, so I shouldn't need supply for a minute.
yeah. All right, so then that stuff is there. All right, let's go to the scoreboard. All right, yeah, you zeroed out. You didn't save anything. You made all your moves. All right, so scoreboard. Uh, the Allies are now winning 30-28. Um, China once again has now entered the conflict, and the Chinese army is beginning to make its way south. And as we kind of talked about in a previous video, for some people um, who have studied the time period and stuff like that, like it like the game kind of has to do this, but obviously China is a bit more mechanized than they were during the actual war. But that's one thing that kind of had to be sacrificed to to basically allow China to have any kind of power in this game. Which I mean, that kind of goes with any, like, really any Axis and Allies game. Like, pretty much the only thing historical is your initial setup, and then from there it's players' discretion on how they want to build their armies and play the game.
That's kind of how it has to be. Otherwise, the game would have no creativity. You'd be kind of
Right.
stuck.
Yeah, kind of being bound to the actual history. Which, I mean, if you want to do that, I mean, you could set your boards up and then you can just, you just make the historical moves and say, just already be like, oh, well, the Allies, like, oh, the Germans won this attack in Russia. Oh, the Allies won this invasion in North Africa. That kind of fun stuff. Um, let's see here. Well, let's see here. I think that's about it. I mean, do you have any closing comments?
No, not at the moment.
All right, so then we will move the token to turn 9, October, November 19 October, November 1951. We're getting back towards the winter months, so this is going to be fun. Once movement's reduced again, that's gonna hurt. Well, that'll probably still it might hurt the both of us, or it actually might hurt me as China more, that the winter is about to settle in and restrict all my movements.
Yeah, that might save me a little bit,
Yeah,
but we'll see if it's enough.
yeah. So when we used to play, the game was 18 turns. Now it's 19, but I mean, technically we've kind of reached the halfway point of the game. So we're halfway there. Though most of the time, I feel like we've hardly ever gotten to the final turn. It's usually the game is pretty much decided by turn 15. It's usually when you can kind of tell where the game's going to go from there.
Yep, and I think this game is going to be pretty close because I think you're going to slam me with one. You're going to just keep sniping me with artillery, so I can't even really build up around Pyongyang. And then you're going to nail me with the Chinese forces, and I'm not going to be able to hold very well.
Right. I mean, unless, well, I mean, I guess the only way to really protect that, I mean, would be to, well, actually, God, I don't even know. Because, I mean, you could consolidate all your forces, but then that could just, leave me open. That could just leave an area open. But then again, if you stack artillery, you kind of got a decent stack of artillery, at least with the South Koreans, so you can just about do some of the same damage that I could do to you.
And I plan to. But it's the fact that you're going to be doing both. It's a 1-2 punch.
That's true.
'Cause you're going to be nailing me as I move up to Chirwan,
Yeah, that's true.
or you're going to nail the Americans at Yangu, which that one will hurt less.
Yeah, because it is kind of a small. I mean, First Corps is kind of a smaller force right now. Not really a smaller force. I mean, hell, you got 7 tank destroyers.
No, hurt less because I can just start reinforcing with up to 14 units per turn from the sea.
That's true. That's true. That's very true. You'll be able to use your sea forces to really sustain yourself.
And that is going to be my plan.
Yeah. All right. Well, then I think that is going to be it for turn 8, and we will see you guys next time for turn 9. So until then, guys, as always, take care.